Hey, welcome to the Weekly Wave. If you're watching this on a Sunday night, you're probably battling the infamous Sunday scaries, that creeping sense of existential dread that shows up around 6 p.m. when the weight of the upcoming week starts pressing down on your soul like an overbearing boss who just discovered email. It's that gnawing feeling in your gut, that regret of a weekend that kind of slipped away too fast, the mental list of things you'd swore you do but definitely didn't. And worst of all, the realization that Monday is coming whether you like it or not. Let's break this down. Where do the Sunday scaries come from? Why do they hit so hard? And more importantly, how do we fight back against them? So, what are the Sunday scaries? The Sunday scaries aren't just in your head. Well, technically they are, but they have a psychological basis. It's kind of a mix of anticipatory anxiety and the post-weekend blues. Your brain, which was blissfully ignoring responsibilities for 48 hours, suddenly realizes it has to be a person again. An employee, a student, a functioning adult. Studies show that people experience an increase in cortisol, the stress hormone, on Sundays. Why? Because your brain is already in Monday mode, running through your to-do list before you've even had a chance to enjoy the last few hours of the weekend. So, what are the different types of Sunday scaries? Let's be real. Like a lot of problems, Sunday scaries aren't a one-size-fits-all. They come in a lot of different forms. So I broke them down into about 4 different forms. The first one being the I wasted my weekend scaries. You had big plans. You were going to be productive, clean your apartment, maybe even start that little side project or business. Instead, you binged a show you don't even remember watching, and now you kind of feel like a failure. The second one being the I had too much fun scaries. Maybe Saturday night got a little too rowdy. Now you're scrolling through texts you don't remember sending and questioning every life decision you've ever made up until that point. And third, the work anxiety scaries. You're already stressing about deadlines, meetings, or that email you never responded to on Friday evening. And fourth, and arguably the most impactful, the existential crisis scaries. You start questioning everything. Is this the right job? Am I on the right path? Should I move to a remote island and raise goats? Sound familiar? Good. That means you're human, like me. But how do we actually deal with this? Well, I've actually broken them down into about 10 different little tips or steps you could take to get a one-up on these things that we call the Sunday scaries. First, you kind of want to reclaim your night. Stop treating Sunday like the end of the weekend and start treating it like a part of it. Do something you actually enjoy. Watch a comfort show, cook a really good meal, or just go for a walk. Trick your brain into feeling like Sunday night isn't just pre-Monday. You also want to plan your Monday, but not too much. Write down the top 3 things you need to do Monday morning, just 3. That way, your brain isn't spiraling through your entire to-do list before you even wake up. A little structure kind of claims the chaos. Third, you want to reflect on your wins. Instead of fixating on what you didn't do, remind yourself of what you did do. Maybe you rested. Maybe you laughed with some friends. Maybe you got out of bed even when you didn't feel like it. Celebrate those small wins and victories. Next, you want to move your body. Science says exercising reduces stress. So take a walk, stretch, or dance like no one's watching. Unless someone is watching, then maybe don't do the full interpretive routine. Fifth, you want to cut out the doom scrolling. Social media is, like I've said previous, a highlight reel of other people's weekends in life. And comparing your Sunday night sadness to someone else's vacation pics is not helping. Put your phone down and just focus on you. Sixth, you want to reframe your mindset. Instead of seeing Monday as the enemy, think of it as a reset button, a fresh start, maybe even an opportunity. Okay, I know that one's a bit of a stretch, but just roll with me here. Next, you want to sleep smarter. A lot of the Sunday scaries come from, believe it or not, exhaustion. If you spent the weekend staying up late and waking up whenever, your body's out of sync with your weekly routine. Try to reset your sleep schedule by winding down maybe a little earlier. Dim the lights, put your phone away, and avoid caffeine after 4 or 5 p.m. Eighth, you want to create a Sunday night ritual. Kind of like a morning routine, you want to establish a tradition that makes you actually look forward to Sunday night. Maybe it's ordering takeout, calling a friend, reading a book, or even treating yourself to something small but enjoyable. Rituals give us that sense of control, and that's a powerful way to fight that Sunday anxiety. Ninth, set a small Monday morning reward. Give yourself a reason to look forward to Monday. Maybe it's that really good cup of coffee, or even a playlist that just hypes you up for the day. Or maybe even a specific outfit that just makes you feel put together and confident. A small but meaningful reward can shift your mindset from dread to something more tolerable. And lastly, check your mindset about work or school or whatever responsibilities you may have. Sometimes the Sunday scaries are actually a red flag. If you always feel the crippling dread right before Monday, it might be time to assess whether your job or academic path is making you truly miserable. Long term, the best cure for Sunday scaries might be making changes that align better with your overall well-being. Here's the thing. The Sunday scaries don't own you. They don't have to ruin the last few hours of your weekend. A little structure, a little self-compassion, and maybe a good laugh or two can make them a little less terrifying. And if nothing else helps, just remember, you've survived every Monday so far. You'll survive this one too. Thank you so much for listening.